Hey, what's going on, everybody? Who be 186 back again with another video. If I sound different, I'm using a headset I bought a week ago. It's called the Raw Prism Steel Series Serbian Raw Prism headset. I got it for like $40 at Best Buy. I figured get something for right now. If the quality sounds good, then I'll continue using it. If not, then I'll just get rid of it or what have you. So I'm just gonna test this out right now. So regardless, I saw a video today from Kidsmoove. Big shout out to you, kid. Um, he made a video pretty much talking about you don't need one, you don't need multiple consoles. Now I'll attack it from different areas. Now, for one, I'm not. This is not a hate video or nothing like that. In fact, I want to congratulate him on a new place. Right now you're kind of looking like Dr. Trey right now, Kids Move. Hopefully, you get some more furniture around. But congratulations on a new place. And now, the one thing that I wanted to say, because this is a trend that I see a lot in the community, in the gaming community, and it's this thing where people feel like they feel like, and he mentioned this in his video, and he's 100% right about this, that there some people, it seems to me, when you have someone who is clearly had the preference for one side or the other, regardless of what console it is, it seems to me that they own other consoles just so they can be part of a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always hear, you have these staunch um, haters of certain console, and then you call them out and like, oh, are you listening? I'm not trying to hate. I own the console. You know what I mean? You see that a lot in these fanboy war bullshit. And he did make a good point about that. But the thing that I want that spurred me to make the video was that I've been following Kidsmoove for a little while. I recently just subscribed to him because like from listening to him on Weapon Wheel, I always assumed, and I seen some of his past videos. I always just assumed that he was just nothing more than an Xbox fanboy. One of these Xbox fanboy that spurred up this generation, and the rhetoric seemed to have gone down a little bit. Now I think a lot of people need to realize and understand that the man has a preference, and ultimately there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem. Like, to me, I don't have a problem with people who like Xbox. I'm gonna buy an Xbox soon. I'll explain my reasoning for that also in this video. But when you have people who are very negative towards it, who are saying, oh, it has no games, this and that, that's the type of stuff that I just don't, that is just not, I don't like. I don't respect your opinion when you blatantly troll and you say shit that's not true. And I thought that his video was like that, and obviously over time, I think he's gotten better about it. You know what I mean? So that's why I subscribed, and plus we were on a Anchorman podcast together, so I'm cool with him. But the one thing that I kind of like, I have to ask this question of him is, obviously he's the best bot. You know what I mean? That's what he says. That's what he calls himself. He's an Xbox fan, and that's fine. But the thing that I'm trying to understand is that if you are an Xbox fan, if you like their console, if you like their exclusives, that's fine. But because the thing, listen, this man's been talking shit about the PS4 from the beginning. Less so now, but obviously in the beginning he talked shit about it. I think this is the second one that he's gotten rid of. And my thing is this: like, I don't understand someone who knows the negatives or the drawbacks of the PS4, but yet ignore it and buy the console. Like, if you had a feeling that the games weren't your thing, like, I mean, to me, at least for me, I wouldn't buy a console if I knew the games weren't my thing. And also you add to the fact that you're not going to be buying your any multiplats on the PlayStation. Like, it kind of feels like you're just kind of like, it's kind of like you're trying to have one, trying to force yourself into wanting one, but if you don't use it, if you don't give it an opportunity to use it, then there's no point in having one in the first place. And listen, I agree with his overall point. You don't need multiple consoles to really feel like you're to feel obligated as a gamer to own multiple consoles. I've always been a believer that you can own one console and be perfectly content with having video game conversation, as long as you know what you're talking about, as long as you do research on what you're talking about, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why, like, I'll turn this on me for a second. The reason why I initially wanted to get an Xbox, and but before that I was trying to get a Wii U, was because I wanted one game, Pokemon Tournament Fighter, the Pokemon fighting game. Like, that was always a dream for me. It was always wanting to have a Pokemon fighting game. And I knew with Nintendo that while their games are not 100%, don't necessarily interest me, I know what the good games are on the system. Like, I knew that I would buy Mario Kart. I think they're on the eighth one, Mario Kart Wii U. I knew I would buy Smash Brothers. I knew when I bought the game, if I bought the system, I would have bought these games for the system, because listen, at the end of the day, they're not games that I'm going to go out of my way to buy, but those are great games for me to buy on the system, and I know those games are good. You know what I mean? But the reason why I didn't go with the Wii U was because of I just don't want to support that company who seems like they're stuck in the past and is very anti-consumer. If there was any company that's anti-consumer, that's Nintendo. But that's for another time. That's for another video. And the reason why I decided to get the Xbox was, granted, I'm not huge onto their exclusives. Like, I'm not a fan of Gears. I'm not a fan of Halo. I don't care about Fable and all the other stuff. Like, I don't care about all their exclusives, with the exception of Forza. Like, I'm big. I like Forza a lot. So when I get the Xbox One, those are going to be the games that I get. But the reason why I decided to get an Xbox One, because I had, for a while I had the PS4 and PS3, and I had, I was gaming both simultaneously, with the knowledge that over time I was gonna get rid of my PS3, and then I can replace that with my new secondary next gen console, so that like playing on multiple platforms, at a time, is something that I thought, that would be a cool thing to do. And with my Xbox One, now granted, listen, I'm gonna play most of the games that I'm familiar with are going to be played on my PlayStation, because it's familiarity. You know what I mean? Like games like PES, Pro Evolution Soccer, Grand Theft Auto, Tekken. Most fighting games I'll play on my PlayStation because I'm familiar with the controller. That's my thing. But that doesn't mean that I'm going, like, for me, if in order for me to get full use of my Xbox One, my future Xbox One, I would have to buy some multiplats on the system. You know what I mean? Like Call of Duty, I'll definitely buy on either. It really doesn't matter which system I buy it on. Like, I'm not going to just not play it on the PlayStation. If I decide I'll buy on the Xbox One, I'll buy on the Xbox One. Same thing with any other franchise out there, major third party game. Like, I feel like you purposely limit yourself from the console you play if you have like rules like, oh, I'll only play multiplats on this console, and especially if you're gonna be like, oh, I'll only play exclusives on the other console, because at the end of the day, if you're not a fan of the exclusives, then you're not gonna have nothing to play anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of like, that was the part of the video that I was like, I don't know if I can ride with him on that, even though I agree with his overall point. But it's also something that I see from the community when they be like, oh, well, all there's, like, I have an Xbox One, but the system sucks. Like, for me, I don't want to spend $200, $300, $400 on consoles just to trash it on Twitter and on YouTube and all that other stuff. To me, I just don't see the logic behind it. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. Like I said before, this is not a hate video. This is just me responding to Kidsmoove. And that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about it, and let me know about the voice, the quality. Just to kind of like check on that. But anyway, this is Hoovy186. I'm out. Peace.